Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, the 19th of April, there was a burial in Nyeri, in the constituency that belongs to one Kahiga and Gachagua, and that burial was the mother-in-law of Ichungwa. So the wife to Ichungwa had lost her mother, and she was being buried yesterday. Deputy President William Ruto accompanied the team, and that team included Kahiga and Gachagua, Ichungwa, and Nyeri. I was following that event closely because I was trying to look at two things. Whether they are going to play politics there, not to play, whether they are going to do politics in that event. That was one. Two is whether they were going to address the undertones of UDA nominations too, and also if they were going to do any roadside rally. Now, when Ruto landed there, he was received by the leaders and the host Governor Kahiga. But interestingly, after that event, they did not hold any roadside rally anywhere within Nyeri. In fact, he flew back to Karen. So what was there is, I was following that because that was the first appearance that he was making in central Kenya after the UDA nominations. So first, what I was checking, did it happen? That was a burial. And of course, as you know, sometimes politicians take time to do politics in burials. But because that was a close family, they did not do much of the politics. But the only people that talked about the politics of central Kenya were Nyeri and Kahiga and Gachagua and also DP Ruto. But Ichungwa, because he was part of the family that was bereaved, I think he was advised to keep off. Actually, naturally, you will not expect him to play politics in a burial where he is actually part of the bereaved. So only Ichungwa kept off, but the other gentlemen were. So I saw Kawanjiku, Wamatinga, amongst the other leaders, but a host of UDA leadership from that place, from central Kenya, were conspicuously missing. Notable figures were Moses Kuria. Of course, you wouldn't expect Moses Kuria to attend an event by Ichungwa because they don't see eye to eye for political reasons. And we did not see Alice Wahome. Even the Muranga women rep was not there because she was attending, she was overseeing nominations in Nandi Hills. So what I realized in that event, and I'm going to play for you some few clips there, is that there was total humility. Kahiga and Gachagua was taking the time to campaign for William Ruto, but he decided, and it was so categorical, that he just went and told the people that they need to vote for UDA candidates, starting with Deputy President William Ruto. And it was not an affair of attacking the president or telling the region how the president has isolated them. In the recent past, whatever moment that these leaders would rise, they were taking the slightest opportunity to tell the central Kenya voters how the president has actually left the region. So he was so cautious with his words, and even DP Ruto was trying to say the way they were trying to make a point there on how they were struggling to point out some of the few roads that had not been done, perhaps by the national government, incomplete projects. So they chose to tell the mourners there how they are going to complete some of the projects or some roads that have already been launched, but of course have not been completed. And there was also a church that was supposed to be built, I think, there. And it was all about them. So DP Ruto was not escorted by anyone from UDA apart from those three gentlemen. William Ruto and Kahiga and Gachagua and the rest of the team no one mentioned about those nominations. It was only Rigathi Gachagua who mentioned that they made a decision to go to UDA, and it was a better decision because if they could be in Jubilee, they couldn't have got even the tickets. So why do you think they were keeping off? Yes, the reason is as obvious as you might think. But then in this video, I want us to look at what is signal, what the signal that I'm seeing there is that they're taking a humble pie. They're going down total humility, and I think what I expect is this is going to be their strategy moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel wherever you are. I normally say click the notification bell so that when we publish a video, you will not be left behind, and also give this video a like. Like our video. When you like our videos, the ratings goes high. Now, just before that, are you staying within Nairobi and its environment? These environs, that is Kiambu and Kajiado and Kitengela areas, and even in Limuru. But then if you stay in a place like even Lavington, where you experience frequent blackouts, then you should not worry because Instalight have amazing offers for you. Check out the poster here. They do power backups. They do power backup in homes, residential places, in schools, in hospitals, and any other institution depending on what they need. They have offers ranging from 195,000 all the way to 125,000. You can contact them here through their number 0722 818 883, 0722 818 883, or you can also email them at info@instalight.co.ke.
Hatutaongea ile siasa baya kwa sababu hata ni tumepewa opportunity ya kuongea hapa, which is high respect. Lakini nikisikiza pahali kwingi, nikisikiza hapa, Mheshimiwa Deputy President, hapa umefanikiwa. Mimi naona hapa Mount Kenya region, hapa kuongea ukweli, wewe hatukuchukui kama William Samoei Ruto. Tunachukua wewe kama William Samoei kama Ruto.
Vile umekuja kututembelea hapa, kwanza tunashukuru wewe. Many people wonder why we hang around you and why we feel comfortable. It's because you feel like human beings. Unakaa na sisi vizuri. Wakati ya furaha uko na sisi. Wakati ya majonzi uko na sisi.
Tuko na hii barabara ya kutoka Ragati mpaka Gaikuyu. Hiyo barabara vile vile imepata matatizo. But I want to assure you ya kwamba hiyo barabara tutawatengenezea kwa sababu ilikuwa ni ahadi yetu na tutatimiza. Tunajua vile vile hiyo barabara ya kutoka Maroa kwenda State House mpaka Kiamariga pia imekwama njiani. We will again make sure.
Now, moving forward to what we were discussing, the reason why this team is taking a humble pie in their approach to Gema, to the central Kenya, is because they are struggling with validation of the leadership that have been injected into the UDA system. I'm saying the leadership that have been injected in the UDA system through the nomination. They are struggling with validation because, one, there is a point that is coming out clearly that there were low turnout. The people that voted in those leaders are few, and the voters that voted in are few, and there is a perception that it does not truly represent the voice of the people, neither does it represent the popularity of the UDA party. By the way, we are waiting for the opinion polls. What are they going to show? Because they've been telling the country that the UDA and ODM and Jubilee are really enjoying very good percentage popularity. But then to the just concluded nominations, what it tells you is that it did not meet that threshold. So these leaders are finding it difficult because even to the voters of Central Kenya, there is a perception that the nomination was not legitimate. So the leaders that have been injected into the system, it's something to worry. But interestingly, I got this clip from, it is all over social media, how Jane Kihara, Jane Kihara lost nominations to someone known as someone Kihagi in Naivasha. And she was given the ticket after review by the committee back in Nairobi, by the NEB in Nairobi, that she won by 1 vote. Then this video emerged where she voted twice. Look at it. This is why this team is struggling with validation, and they cannot do the chest thumping that, we had a free and fair nomination, and that is there. Number two, I think, not even I think, but number two that is also on table for these leaders is that the foot soldiers that fallen in the nominations and the foot soldiers that were attacking the president. The fact that Isaac Mwaura, Keto Aruguru, and even that Jane Kihara in Naivasha lost the nominations. Jane Kihara lost, and she was given she was rescued later. It is a worrying, it is a very worrying scenario for these leaders, and that is why they have, and we had analyzed here, I had analyzed here, that they have realized that issue of attacking the president is not going to solve. So that is why when they were going now to central Kenya, they had to eat the humble pie. They need now to change the focus, and it should not be about vote for Uhuru because vote for Ruto to punish Uhuru, but it should be vote for Ruto because he can bring change to this area. So that is exactly what is happening. Another thing is there are emerging divisions in UDA on the position of running mate. As IBC announced that the political parties have up to until 28th of April to name their running mates, then the parties are in the last minute rush to crunch their numbers and reach out to this candidate. Now, I want to believe that they are emerging cracks, because Millicent Obanga was talking at some point of Anne Waiguru, Susan Kahiga is in the fold, then Kithure Kindiki is being touted as the most suitable candidate for that post. But again, as someone once said that hata ukitaka nguruwe lazima uchinje yenye ni nono. So Ruto might feel that the votes are not in Tharaka Nithi, the votes are even few in Kirinyaga. Kirinyaga has around 325,000 registered voters. Tharaka Nithi is as low as 260 or so. So where their votes is Meru, Murang'a, and Kiambu. And so Ruto might be going for that. And even if you look at the people who attended that event, they were this side of Murang'a and Nyeri. So there are emerging divisions on the choice of the running mate. That is why you see, you cannot take it that it is just casual. Because of that, they still don't want to charge the ground. And that is very strategic. Lastly, Deputy President is getting worried on why his voting bloc abstained from the nominations. And the voting bloc here is the Central Kenya. It is a mystery that he still struggles to understand why they didn't turn out. It would be better that the turnout becomes high and UDA gets candidates they don't want. Or rather, the unpopular candidates, maybe candidates that they didn't expect, will win. Maybe Jubilee goes there and votes in non-UDA candidates. That would be more effective than the people who go to vote. They are very few, and it indicates that there is a bit of that silent rejection that is going on there. So that silent rejection is making him a little bit now say, and you know, he's been doing this for the last 4 years, attacking the president and raiding the area, talking to the church and all that. So I think he's finding a reason to sit down and re-strategize. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my analysis on this.